Welcome to a legendary game. I already know it's legendary, even though we just played the prologue. And we're going to start the campaign.
This world has been sundered by a tide of arcane energy. The winds of magic churned into a maelstrom. The Tome of Fate drew me north to find out why. It guided me to a distant fortress steeped in blood. A battle was fought there. Though long over, the spirits still lingered. In the shadow of a broken portal, the trail ended. It was here the tome conversed with the dead. They told of Ursun, the bear god of Kislev, lost in darkness. A noble prince ventured to save him, yet he strayed from the path and was corrupted by chaos. Savior became executioner. A single shot, bound in faith forsaken, pierced Ursun's heart. And so the bear god roared. The tide that broke the world. Spirits, where lies Ursun now? Is he here, in the north?
Beyond the maelstrom, in the realm of chaos, in the forge of souls.
Is he alive?
Wounded and dying, embraces its shadow.
What shadow? A demon's?
A master of the dark.
I knew who shackled the bear. Belacor. Only a fool would challenge Belacor. And yet, the power of a dying god, there is no greater prize. A mere drop of Ursun's blood would break my curse, ending my servitude to this accursed book. Free to profit from its secrets. But Ursun is locked in the Forge of Souls, deep in the realm of chaos, and I cannot enter this nightmarish domain. All routes have been sealed by the maelstrom. There must be a way. The tome unveils a spell to summon a portal, one to bypass the maelstrom and create a door into chaos. Knowledge to bargain, for I need an ally, one who is tempted by the power of the god bear and can withstand the horrors within.
Holy moly. I mean, that's... I'm about to say perfect, you know? In the recent Total Wars, you ask yourself sometimes, the Maelstrom, the Vortex, why should I care? And now you have a story that you feel connected to. And, whoa. So we have 8... Oh, recommended first campaign. Oh, that's interesting. We have 8 decisions to make. Oh, well, we have a decision to make between 8 choices. New campaign, The Realm of Chaos. The winds of magic roil, stirred into tempest by the roar of a dying god. Now demon and mortal alike must break through the eldritch storm and enter the realm of chaos in search of the ultimate prize. Will the demonic lords of chaos claim victory and find favor with their dark masters, or shall the denizens of a world scarred by constant war endure the trials and temptations of the chaos realm? The choice is yours. Before we go through all of these, I have to remind you or tell you, the Ogre Kingdoms, that's a DLC. A day one DLC. I'm not the biggest fan of it. It's a pre-order DLC. So if you pre-order the game, or if you pre-ordered the game, I believe you can still do that 1 week after release. That's very good. So if you buy Total War, Warhammer 3, until 1 week after release, you still get the pre-order bonus. And the pre-order bonus is the Ogre Kingdom, or the Ogre Kingdoms. We have Kislev, the Tsardom of Kislev, known as the realm of the Ice Queen. I guess that's her, Katerina, is the most northerly civilization within the old world. A powerful and war-driven country. The inhabitants of Kislev are wolf-tough and self-reliant warriors, valiant and determined in the defense of their motherland. For they are the bulwark against the horrors of the north. And since its founding, Kislev has been under constant assault by the hordes of chaos. Countless generations of Kislevites have fought and died in the snowy tundra of those harsh northern oblasts, and it is thanks to these brave Kislevite warriors that mankind has managed to flourish in the south, huddled together in their warm, safe homes, while the sons and daughters of Kislev fight on until they draw their dying breath. The motherland, a mass devotion to invoke the gods of Kislev. Use these to gather your supporters and secure your power. And we have Atamans. Assign an Ataman to govern a province and get unique benefits. And we have the Ice Court. Train Frost Maidens and Ice Witches to gain powerful traits before recruiting them. Wait, we only have 2 good. I mean, these are the good ones, and these are the bad ones, the evil ones, good and evil. So we have the choice between Kislev and Grand Cathay. Past the mountains of Morn and the steppes beyond lies the fabled empire of Cathay. I have to give you a bit of background on this. Cathay, it's like the Warhammer version of Asia. The cool version with flying dragons and huge walls and flying artillery and all of that kind of cool stuff, cool armor, cool weapons. But Cathay was, in terms of lore, nearly unknown. There were that was not a topic that Games Workshop, they have the Warhammer license, or they made Warhammer, dived into. So for this game, Creative Assembly, the makers of Total War, dived into that, and they kind of constructed Grand Cathay whilst working with Games Workshop. Travelers returning from the East, and so all of this is new. Besides a couple of trailers and information from the game, nobody has any clue of what Grand Cathay in detail is about, and the army roster and all of that stuff. Travelers returning from the eastern reaches tell tales of jade cities, or Yada cities, and golden pagodas. They recount strange creatures from serpentine dragons to monolithic stone sentinels, and flying sky junks that rain multi-hued firepower from up above. But most of all, they tell of the imposing and disciplined armies that march forth in defense of their kingdom. Thousands of devoted foot soldiers, unswearing in their loyalty and unrivaled in the harmonics of war. Yet their armies face northwards to garrison the Great Bastion. That's like a giant wall, a bit like the Wall of China, a huge, trying to guard the realm of men, the realm of the living from the Chaos realm. Oh dear. And defend it against the ruinous powers, these 4. Is perhaps a blessing, for should the Celestial Dragon Emperor... The Celestial Dragon Emperor! What? We have Celestial Dragon Emperor, okay. Have to turn his legions toward the nations of the West. The threat to all that may be unleashed does not bear thinking about. Whoa. Harmony. Yin and Yang. Yin and Yang! Balance both yin and yang to achieve harmony, which will confer powerful effects. Whoa! Compass. Direct the Wu Xing compass to defend Cathay from threats north of the Great Bastion. Direct compass, okay. And the Ivory Road. Gain wealth by sending out caravans to deliver cargo to faraway cities in the west. Oh, that's a cool mechanic. Okay, and before we dive into pure evil, let's dive into the ogre kingdoms. Ogres are a race of large humanoids, tough, vicious, and always hungry for man-flesh. Semi-nomadic in nature, wandering ogre tribes can be found wrecking their way across the known world, yet no matter how far away they may be, all ogres consider the scattered tribal kingdoms that dominate the slopes and river valleys of the mountains of Morn to be their rightful hard-earned homeland. They fight as thugs, bandits, and mercenaries, picking on the strong and the weak alike, battling mighty foes and powerful kingdoms thousands of leagues away. They do this for the alluring promise of gold, plunder, and most importantly, meat, while their endless destruction and looting serves only to appease their gluttonous appetites and their ever-hungry god, the Great Maw. But that's not Nurgle, right? I guess it's a god called the Great Maw. Since gluttony, Nurgle, but okay. Camps. Deploy camps to create forward base, constructing buildings and recruit units from them. Yes, so nomadic, a bit like an Attila. Meat. Each army is sustained by meat, sourced from fighting battles and being near camps. Contracts. Factions will issue you contracts, fulfilling them to increase your standing. Oh, that's interesting. So maybe they are not purely evil. Maybe they are good, semi-neutral, maybe? With a good taste for man flesh. We have the demons of chaos. Manipulated into a horrifying act by another, the Ungol prince has given up himself entirely in exchange for the ruinous blessings of all the chaos gods and ascendancy to demonhood. The newly arisen demon prince shrugs off his mortal form to take on an ever-changing aspect more pleasing to his new patrons, who continue to war for his ravaged soul. Now it is the destiny of the demon prince to command the legions of chaos undivided, in waging eternal war against entire nations and immortal rivals, as he seeks a terrible vengeance on sovereigns and even gods. Will he claim the mark of one master, or forge a path that will bring him to utter domination, which even the dark powers will struggle to harness? Demonic gifts. Equip body parts and weapons granted by the Chaos Gods to customize the demon prince. Okay. Demonic glory. Ascribe glory to the 4 Chaos Gods to be granted boons in the form of demonic gifts and units. Oh, I'm not sure if we are going to play Kislev or Demons first. Grand Cathay is also cool. Even though they say it's recommended first for the first campaign, maybe there are a couple of mechanics, or maybe it's about the standing, the early standing. I guess these two have the easiest standing. Khorne, the Blood God. Who is Be'lakor then? Is he not one of the chaos? Is he a chaos god? But I guess not one of these 4. Are there more than 4 chaos gods? Khorne, the Blood God, rages upon his brass throne, resting atop a mountain of skulls, built from the countless heads of the great champions his followers have slain over an immeasurable number of aeons. He cares not from where blood flows, so as long as it is done in his name. It is not uncommon to see the warriors of Khorne fighting amongst themselves, battling to prove their skill in combat and rise higher in the eyes of their wrathful master. No, wrathful master, not wrathful. The fall of Khorne is to embrace violence and destruction, and to pledge utter subservience to his cause. Khorne's most favored servants are gifted with immense powers. Some may even ascend to demonhood, and it is these chosen few who are tasked with bringing his wrath down upon the world. Blood for the Blood God. Skulls. Apparently it's a skulls mechanic. Fight battles, raise settlements, and claim skull piles to gather tribute to the Skull Throne. Drawn to destruction, your settlements will spread automatically into the ruins you leave in your wake. That's interesting, or you can spend skulls to occupy them immediately. Bloodletting, your armies are strengthened by every battle, and can even summon temporary reinforcements from raising settlements. Oh, okay. And we have Nurgle, also known as a Plague Lord, is the chaos god of disease, decay, death, and degradation. He is perhaps the oldest of his brother gods, for the process of decay began with life. Yet Nurgle is also the personification of rebirth. What? That's odd. After all, atrophy is simply one part of life's cycle, without which nothing new can grow. And so those who embrace Nurgle accept their own doom with good humor. Disfigured by disease and mutation, they are keen to spread Godfather's blessings to the poor souls that wander through life unafflicted. As plagues spread, so does Nurgle's power and status amongst his brothers. He waxes and wanes, weakest when bellies are full and mortals are healthy, but quickly rising to absolute ascendancy when his followers unleash the most lethal of diseases. That sounds interesting. Of course, we're going to play all of these at one point. And we have to start with something. With one. Plagues. Concoct and spread plagues across the world or inflict your own assets. All cyclical buildings. And settlements will grow over time and will then wither and die out. And we have the Slaanesh. Slaanesh is dedicated to the pursuit of excess, gratification, hedonism, pain, and amoral pleasure at the expense of any other soul. He is the youngest of the Chaos Gods, for the complex emotions of erotic desire and decadence only exist within the minds of intelligent races. From within the realm of chaos, the Dark Prince revels in each new sensation discovered. He guides the mortal inhabitants laden with desire to go even further in their pursuit of stimulation. Those who serve Slaanesh are consumed by their own dark passions, driven by the need for their mistress-master's approval. Mistress-master? Is Slaanesh... It's not brothers, maybe it's a he, she, it, whatever. Approval to commit more sordid atrocities. And so Slaanesh's followers practice war upon the nations of the south, seducing their foes into the service of the dark god and inflicting symphonies of misery upon those who resist his call. Devotees amass followers by raiding, sacking, and looting settlements. Okay. Summon disciple armies. Use devotees to summon armies in corrupted areas. Cool, so that's a bit like the orc mechanic with the warg. Seduction. Compel enemy units to join your army during battle. What? Enemy units to join your during battle? And force whole factions into vassalage via your seductive... What? Seductive influence. We have to keep something in mind, always. Every mechanic that we now get can be later hopefully used by modders to create extraordinary change. Damn. Faged. The changer of the ways. It's the chaos god of magic, evolution, manipulation, and trickery. He is Flux incarnate, the god who truly embodies the endless, broiling change that is chaos. It is Sage, above all, who holds the terrible knowledge of fate and destiny in his talons. His worshippers are desperate to share in such lore, but are merely pawns in the great game. Another piece to move on the board and outplay the other chaos gods. To serve Sage, or Sage, I have to find out how to properly pronounce that one, is to invite insanity. I know that earlier ago in a dialogue the name was mentioned, is to invite insanity. His servants weave their own complex webs of influence and manipulation, founding cults and high society as well as armed legions of puppet followers. They pay no mind to the fact their master views such plots as mere petty distractions, but for the architect of fate's own design, Xeons in the making. Yeah, no but. Changing of the ways, hatch treacherous plots to manipulate the destiny of all beings. Okay. Winds of magic manipulation. Push and pull the strength of the winds of magic across your territory. Okay. So we're going to start, like the game suggests, either with Kislev or Demons of Chaos. That's a difficult choice. I mean, I would love to see the new... I'm not sure if I want to start this game with the evil side, and we already turned evil. Even though I would love to see the demonic gifts, this ability here. This new mechanic with inventory and with, well, customize outfit looks. But we already went the evil path in the prologue, so we're going with Kislev for now. Oh, are we? Oh dear. I mean, it would be a good argument to say that we started walking on that path. Let's continue that one until the end. Now that, well, we will do. We're going to end the episode and we're going to start with Demons of Chaos and Demons. Until next time.